Hello, I am Megan, and today I'll be teaching a little bit about income and expenses. Income is the earnings a person or business receives on a regular basis. Expenses are the costs required for something. It's the outflow of money to another person or group to pay for an item or service. An example of income is a salary, and an example of expenses is rent. Income and expenses are usually used together in order to find out the profit. So how do we find out the profit? Well, we minus the expenses from the income. Profit is a financial gain, and in order to make a successful profit, the income must exceed the expenses. The goal of every business or household is to make a maximum profit. If the income is less than the expenses, the business runs at a loss. And if they are exactly the same, the business breaks even. Now that you have a general understanding of income and expenses and how to determine the profit, let's try some questions. A girl named Lily sells knitted jerseys for a living. She sells one jersey for 150 Rand, fulfilling the customer's direct specifications on the size and the color. Lily has a fixed expense of 400 Rand per month and a variable expense of 50 Rand. So how would we write an equation for her income and expenses? For income, it would read 150x, and for expenses, it would be 400 plus 50x, x being the number of knitted jerseys. Using the formulas below of income and expenses, we can complete the table. Let's look at the income row first. 150 times 0 is 0. 150 times 1 would equal 150, and we would use this formula for the rest of the row for income on the table. 150 times 3 would equal 450. 150 times 7, and so on, to fulfill the rest of the remaining gaps in the table. And that's our income row done of the table. Looking at the expenses row on the table, we can see that 400 plus 50 times 0 would still equal 450 because it is an expense. 400 plus 50 times 1 would also equal 450. 400 plus 50 times 3 equals 550. Now I think we're starting to get the hang of this. Now check your answers. Are they the same as mine? 100%. Well done. This graph is a rough example of the table you have just filled out. Can anyone tell me what the point represented by the green arrow represents? Yes, that's right. It's the break-even point. It's the point at which the business is not running at a loss, nor is it making a profit. After the break-even point, we see that Lily is starting to make a profit, indicated on the graph by the green bracket. While plotting the points on the graph, don't forget to give the headings. Judging by the graph, estimate how many jerseys would need to be sold to cover all her costs. I would say 4 jerseys would need to be sold. Do you think Lily's business is making a successful profit? Yes, I think so too. Next question. Calculate Lily's profit or loss if she sells 3 knitted jerseys. 150 times 3 would equal 450. The expenses would read 400 plus 50 times 3, which equals 550. So we take our income and we minus our expenses. As we can see, Lily's business is running at a loss of 100 Rand when selling 3 jerseys. Thank you, and I hope you have learned something new today. Please note that on the table I made a big mistake, and it's actually 400 over here, not 450. Thank you.